Nearly a year into a war that's turned Ukrainians' lives upside down. A wave of Russian attacks descended across the country this morning, from here in Zaporizhzhia and Ukraine's east to major cities further afield in Kharkiv, Lviv and the capital. Ukraine said at least 70 missiles were fired, targeting power facilities and alleging that they crossed into NATO territory over Romania.
Several Russian missiles passed through the airspace of Moldova and Romania. This proves once again that terror does not and will not understand any boundaries, that defending Ukraine is defending all of Europe and the whole world, every country that wants to live.
And so today's barrage adds to yet more urgency ahead of a Russian spring offensive which may have already begun. President Zelensky's tour of Europe ended with him in Brussels, using his gentle touch to ask for more weapons and EU membership, even managing to joke about his allies' tendency to take their time.
Of course, we need it this year. And this year, Charles, when I say this year, I mean this year. I mean, there's 2023.
Despite the laughs, the old cracks in the West are still there. A warm hug from the President of Poland. The Eastern European ally has been a staunch supporter, and again today they claimed that others in the bloc were dragging their feet.
Ammunition is a very scarce resource today, and it's greatly needed for Ukraine. I also spoke about this with President Zelenskyy, and unfortunately there was not a positive reaction from some countries to our proposal.
No need to name names. It's usually the German Chancellor who gets criticised, as well as his French counterpart. Both confirmed they would support Ukraine as long as necessary, but said fighter jets were not yet needed.
In no case can fighter aircraft be delivered in the next few weeks, because there are training, delivery and instructional delays for jets that are not known to Ukrainian pilots. And so I don't rule it out at all, but it doesn't fit the needs today.
While the ever-animated Zelensky worked the rooms of Europe, the rather wooden Russian president toured a timber factory, seemingly unimpressed with the abundant pine cones. As Vladimir Putin wrote a message that read, "Everything is amazingly well organized," he may feel confident of turning things around in Ukraine. Russia still has its own allies. Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has been shoring up their base in Africa, meeting officials in Sudan today following a visit to Mali. Moscow isn't as isolated as the West would like. The Defense Ministry released this footage of naval drills in the Atlantic as they prepare for joint exercises with South Africa and China. As Ukrainians brace themselves for what may come next, they still huddle in the Kyiv metro following today's missiles, always ready for what is now the formality of sirens amidst the normality of war.